This is P.R. Krishnan. Welcome once again to this third edition of RERA, My Perspective. And today we shall look at some of the main or important features of this landmark legislation. We shall look at each point in a more detailed way so you get a better and fuller understanding. This video will only add to the huge change RERA is making. So let us look at the features. No registration, no sale. This is an actual definition which is coming on the sides as a call-out, okay, for all cases. It is given on the side. Registration with RERA has been mandated. A builder has to sell any flat. In the start itself, it is made clear you cannot sell any flat if you are not registered with RERA, which means they have to bind themselves to the rules of RERA. Exception being exclusion under 3.1, that is 500 square meters or less than 8 flats are excluded from the purview of RERA. Also, redevelopment SRA where no sale component is there. Consumers recognized as consumers. Now we are covered by Consumers Protection Act. Earlier, as a buyer, you did not get the required recognition even in courts. Buyers are merely customers who is merely buying from the seller. It is a mere purchase. A customer need not necessarily be a consumer. But with defining buyers of real estate as consumer, the perception has been changed. Consumers are users now and are covered by the Consumer Protection Act. Consumer Protection Act does not include persons who purchase a commodity as it would be for adding value or resale or any commercial value, but it recognizes the consumer who finally uses the product. Hence, a major shift has happened. Carpet area. This is defined under Section 2K. RERA has said all arguments has to be on carpet area basis. Section 4.2H implied here. Other options are not given. So it is clear as per RERA Section 2K, area is the carpet area is the net usable floor area of an apartment. It excludes external walls, areas under service shaft, balcony or veranda, open terrace area, but includes internal walls, partitions, etc. of an apartment. So definition is very, very clear. Transparency. Every detail available has to be put on RERA website so that all public can see the information, can get the information. This includes all the sanctions, the permissions, if they are mortgaged, that information, if they are taking finances, that also, who are the bankers, all the plans, the CC floor plans, project plans given by BMC or any other authority. If something is not received or expected, when it is expected, the drawings, conditions imposed by corporation, details of the land, any liens or attachment, details of all disputes existing on the property, the area of the land, proposed development plan, their past experience, the number of units they are going to put up, the parking, etc. They plan, how many sold, the model agreement copy, which has to be in compliance with RERA agreement. Name it, all important information is made available. This was not there earlier. Most of the BMC information they will not give. Most of the dispute they will not give. They will not tell you how many sold or unsold flats are there, or if there are any changes, disputes on mortgage, all of which are now important. They will not give warning. They cannot lie on this. All this has to be given under affidavit, and if anything is found false, they could face huge fine. This took away the control of the builder's exercise. That is a big victory for the consumers. Control over use of funds. This is a very important point. You should have seen the definitions here. It's important. This is another important landmark. Section 421T clearly raised on that 70% of the funds, 70% of the funds that he receives from consumers shall be deposited in an escrow account with the bank. Only 30% he can withdraw for his staff or others, or including profit or administrative purpose of selling, etc. Selling and administrative expenses. 70% of your fund is kept with the bank and cannot be withdrawn. Once he raises slabs or brickwork or plumbing or other work, the architect has to certify that work having been done. The engineer then has to certify how much cost of the material has been, used. The CA will certify what is the cost of that material actually used, including labor. So whatever work has been done has to be certified, quantified, and valued. The architects certifies that this work has been completed. The engineer certifies how much material has been used, what all material has been used, sand, stone, whatever. The CA has to certify the labor, the material cost, etc. And once this is certified, and if that is equal to 70%, then they can withdraw that 70%. And all these people become responsible. Their certificates are submitted to the escrow bank, and basis this, the bank will see, check, and then they will release the fund to the developer. So the work is done, not before. Okay. Delivery. Again, delivery, earlier builders used to get away by not mentioning the delivery date, not anymore. Agreement has to have the possession date. That is not soft provision. There are strict provisions for interest on delays or refunds in case anyone wants to come out of it. And if it is refund, if it is due to huge delay and you want to come out, you can come out. Then you can get full refund with interest, and often compensation is also provided in these cases. If you are opting for staying back, then of course you will get interest for the balance period plus compensation if you are staying in a rented place. Let us go to the next screen. Mortgage. Builder cannot mortgage a flat sold. This is important. This is what the definition says. If it's mentioned here, section 1114H. Okay. The important thing, the section reads as after he executes an agreement for sale for any apartment, plot, or building, as the case may be, not mortgage or create charge of such apartment. Okay. And further it says that such apartment, plot, or building, as the case may be, and if such mortgage or charge is made or created by them, notwithstanding anything contained in the other law or can be enforced, it shall not affect the right of the interest. It says shall not affect the right of the interest of the allotee who has taken or agreed to take. So one is he can't mortgage. If he mortgages, then it will not affect his interest. Retrospective. The law is effective from May 2017 when it was made effective, and not from any previous period. So it is not retrospective, but all under construction project was brought under its ambit, and even if the agreement was made earlier. This was challenged by many firms. Conclusion was it is not retrospective, that is, the law starts from the day it was enacted, but actions of previous period were vested, and any wrong done and continues in this regime, the same will attract RERA clauses. That is, if you continue doing during RERA the same mistakes and continue with not delivery or non-possession, etc., it will attract irrespective of when the agreement was made. All cases to be filed in RERA, only no other case, no other court has jurisdiction. Okay. This is coming out from section 79, 88 and 89. So all will have to compulsorily go to RERA only. Overriding effect. Section 88 says the provision of this act shall be in addition to, not in derogation of, the provisions of any other law for the time being enforced. Not in derogation means law or rule no longer needs to be obeyed because it is no longer has the authority. Here it simply means, for information, that RERA shall be in addition to MOFA, and since MOFA exists, it shall be obeyed also. Section 89 says the provision of this act shall have effect notwithstanding anything inconsistent therewith contained in the other law for the time being enforced. Means this shall hold good where both laws are same, and where there is a difference between these two laws, this law shall have effect over others. And joining these two sections, it is evident MOFA has not been relegated, only it has been subsumed, and RERA has overriding status. Example, if section 13 of MOFA has three types of punishments, say 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, with or without additional fine, but chapter 8 under RERA has penalties for offences, and read with section 88 and 89, it overrides MOFA. Therefore, MOFA becomes redundant. RERA has provisions for transferring of all cases from MOFA to RERA. But all under construction projects has to be registered, so they get covered under RERA. Builders take the refuge stating that it is under MOFA, etc. RERA has made it absolutely clear all are under RERA only and not move on. Basically, if you see RERA is a self-regulatory, it is akin to saying do what you say what you do. That is, you need to put everything transparently, and whatever you put, that is, you say, that's what you are saying, do it, but under the guidance of provided by RERA. Okay, so that's the overall. Okay, friends, today in this video we learned about some important features. Let me bring this back. A part of it was covered in the last video under landmark legislation. Clearly, some good controls have been exercised to rein in the developers. We'll see more of consumer-friendly controls under this act as we go further. With this, I'll close this video. So far, we have covered the background, the objectives, landmark of the legislation, and today we have covered the main or important feature. So in the next video, we shall look at some definitions, as definitions are very, very important, as they define what developers should do. And here, it's a border given to them, and it's a border for you to check, and makes a lot of change to the thinking of developers. Before leaving, if you have liked the video, please do click on the subscribe button and leave your comments. Please also share this with other groups so all can benefit. Thank you.